I'm Kitty McKay, and I come from a family of 6 kids, so this is probably the most attention I'm ever gonna get, and I want you to listen. My whole life, I've always gone to school, but this year something strange happened to me. I didn't just learn, I got inspired. Inspiration is the key to this whole education process. Now, how did I get inspired? I found my mountain. 3 years ago, coming back from a trip, outside my airplane window, I saw the most beautiful sight. This is what I saw. Mount Kilimanjaro. The desire to climb that mountain has never left my mind. But it did seem pretty impossible how I was ever going to get myself there, considering it's not like it was on the top of the family vacation list. But then, along comes sophomore honors English class. And we have this teacher. And he presents this assignment where you can do anything, be anyone, go anywhere, and most importantly, dream anything. How do you choose? My mind got blown up with all the possibilities. What are my goals? What is my passion? And the first thing that popped in my head was Mount Kilimanjaro. So I did my homework, and I found an organization that takes teens on long-term, humanitarian-oriented, hardcore 2-month adventures. I quickly registered, and guess where that trip was going? Mount Kilimanjaro. But to be able to actually go, I needed to raise a huge amount of money. So, as any good financial expert would, I first made an extensive business plan of all the ways I was going to raise this money. My main source of revenue would be fundraisers. My 3 main ones being Kitty's Cookie Confections, a product inspired by this project, t-shirts I designed, and a fundraiser breakfast. Kitty's Cookie Confections is pre-assembled cookies in a jar. Me and my besties made 100 of them, and I set out to sell all of them. This provided lesson 1 in how to find your mountain. It may sound pretty easy, but it was a huge learning experience for me. I was turned down over and over again, sometimes very rudely. I'd also get so nervous my words would hardly make sense. Let me just give you guys an example. So this one time, I was going to the store to see if I could sell my cookies, and after being coached on all the things I was supposed to say, I got up to the manager and I said, "Hi, I'm Kitty McKay, and I'm selling Christmas to your hairstylist," or whatever. That's not what I was supposed to say. What I was supposed to say was, "Hi, I'm Kitty McKay, and I have these Christmas gifts that you can give to your friends, family, neighbors, hairstylists." Let's just say I didn't end up selling them there, probably because he didn't know what the heck I was saying. Luckily, things started to look up for me, and I ended up selling them all. But I tell you this because this whole experience has forced me out of my comfort zone. I was quite literally selling my goals and dreams to people. My second fundraiser is this t-shirt I'm wearing. This would be the very first original Kitty McKay design. If you look closely, you can see I spelled mountain wrong. And if I turn around, you can see what a work in progress it truly was. It took me about 3 months to come up with this, probably because I would spend hours every single week coming up with different t-shirts, phone cases, designs, trying to come up with something pretty awesome. I probably overthought it, but if I was going to wear it for a straight week to generate sales, I wanted it to look good. So, after finding the perfect t-shirt and design, I ended up selling them to the majority of my grade in high school. Then, on National Find Your Mountain Day, a holiday I instituted at my high school, everyone wore them. The point of this holiday was for people to support each other in their goals. Even though my mountain was quite literal, the phrase "find your mountain, go climb it" applies to everyone. I learned that in order to find your mountain, that may involve stressing over ideas in your head, on the computer, on paper, in order to come up with something pretty awesome. But then you are able to take it to your marketplace with all the enthusiasm and passion you have to get the job done. When I first started selling these t-shirts, I sold on my first order in the first day. So naturally, I placed another good size order, sold out, placed another good size order, sold out, but then I placed a really big order expecting to sell them all. But the sales dried up for the most part, and I was left with a pile of t-shirts. So I played in my pile of t-shirts for a while, and then I realized I should probably do something with these. Fortunately, I had already made a bigger profit than I had ever hoped for, so I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted with the remainder. People at my church, friends, family, and donors had all been so supportive of me, and I had to give back. They had supported me and prayed for me the whole way through, and I could not have been more grateful to them. I ended up giving away about 30 t-shirts and cookies in a jar, and in turn got even more sales from the people I was giving them to. Being generous makes you feel great and can in turn even work out in your favor, even though that wasn't the intent. Giving to others is amazing. If you want to be supported in your goals, I encourage you to give back, and I encourage you to support others in their goals as well. If we all supported each other, people would end up doing the things they are longing to do. Wouldn't we be inspired by each other, learn from each other, and lift up ourselves to be better? When I originally set off to find my mountain, I was only focused on the end result, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. But I realized there is a journey before the actual journey. This has been the biggest growing experience I have ever had in an 8-month time period. I learned about my strengths, my weaknesses, what I am truly passionate about, who I want to become, and how to overall make me the best Kitty McKay I can be. It overwhelmed me looking back at all that has happened to me throughout this year. I worked harder socially, academically, physically, and spiritually. I no longer wanted to be mediocre. It has given me a whole new light to all the possibilities for my future. I'm not afraid to push myself. Not only does this opportunity give kids a time to discover something they love, it may also be the biggest growing experience they may ever have. Kids' creativity needs to be nurtured, not trained out of them. We need a chance to learn in our own way, not the standard. Why not be more than a product of mass production? So often, kids just go through the motions of the everyday school day and never even realize their full potential. And that is why 20 time should be implemented into all schools, because the opportunity to find your mountain is priceless. Thank you.